This is the book of Jeremiah, the 31st chapter, verse 35. Thus said Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, which giveth the sun for light by day, and the ordinances of the moon and the stars for a light by night, which divided the sea when the waves thereof roar. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai is his name. Alright, first and foremost, I'd like to give all thanks, glory, honor, and praise to the supreme power, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai Ba'ashem Rakah Kudash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of the great millstone, and peace and salutation to all who are came out there doing the works in sincerity and truth throughout the four winds. This is the brother Carson One from the GMS Bahamas Nassau camp. Back at you with another lesson. Lord's willing, this lesson be edifying. Alright, my lesson today is I'm going to base it on the changing weather patterns, especially this heat wave that has taken the world by storm. Not only the little Bahamas, the little island of the Bahamas, but taking the whole entire world by storm. Alright? And we know all this is through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, the ruler and creator of all things, the king of the universe, who's in control of these elements. You understand? And we know that Babylon and all manners, all walks of people, you know, the heathen, they like to give the Most High credit to other powers, other gods, you know, other nonsense, because we know the Most High say the wisdom of this world is foolishness to him. Okay? They like talk about Mother Earth, Father Earth, Mother Nature, El Nino, global warming, climate change, and so on and so on. You understand? But we know all this is through the spirit and power of the supreme power, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. That's why my opening verse was the book of Jeremiah 31:35. It says, Thus said the Most High, which giveth the sun for a light by day, and the ordinances of the moon and of the stars for a light by night, which divided the sea when the waves thereof roar. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai is his name. The Most High power is in charge of all this. Alright? So when you see all these people falling out from heat stroke, when you see these animals collapsing from dehydration and heat, crops can't grow, drought, it's hard for the farmers to do these things. The Most High power is behind all of this. Alright? And this credit, we ain't gonna give to no one else, because we know who in charge of that. You understand? The Most High power. Like I said, especially with the sun, because we've seen the Most High do wonders with the sun. Just because of the fate of Joshua. As a matter of fact, let me get that. This is the book of Joshua, chapter 10 and 18. It reads, And the sun stood still, and the moon stayed, until the people had avenged themselves upon their enemies. Is not this written in the book of Joshua? So the sun stood still in the midst of heaven, and hasted not to go down about a whole day. Because of the fate of Joshua and Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, and because the Most High had already preordained this from the beginning, when Joshua asked for the sun to stay up, the Most High grant Joshua wish. Alright? Grant what Joshua asked for, because Joshua had had faith in the Most High power, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Alright, this Joshua 10 and 14, it reads, And therefore was no day like that before it or after, that Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai hearkened to the voice of a man, for the Lord fought for Israel. Alright, this was in Israel was in extreme battle. Alright, battling against the heathens. Alright, and to give Israel that advantage, the Most High power keep the sun up for a whole day. So we know who in charge of the sun. We know who in charge of this heat wave, man. You know El Nino. It's Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Right, the ruler and creator of all things. Okay? The Most High Power already boasts, all right, inside his power, all right, when concerning these elements. All right, this is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 5 and 22. It says, "Fear ye not me, said the Most High Power. Will ye not tremble at my presence, which have placed the sand for a bound of the sea by a perpetual decree, that it cannot pass it? And though the waves thereof toss themselves, yet can they not prevail. Though they roar, yet they cannot pass over it." The Most High Power in charge of the sun, the moon, the stars, the sea, everything. Okay? Everything the Most High Power is in control of. All right? So they need to cut this foolishness out with climate change and El Nino and you know what I mean? All these foolishness that don't make no sense. You know? These scriptures are here for our learning. All right? Before they give the power, before they give the honor and the praise to Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai, they rather talk nonsense. Okay? All right, well, this article here from the Washington Post. All right, this article from the Washington Post is written about, I'd say, a week ago. It says, "A sudden surge of broken heat records is scaring scientists." All right? And the Washington Post is a credible source. All right? It's saying why a sudden surge of broken heat records is scaring scientists. The article reads, it says, "Scientists say the brace for more extreme weather and probably a record warm heat wave in 2023 amid unprecedented temperatures." And we feeling the ramifications of that over here in the Bahamas. All right? Because the Bahamas was ever known for warm tropical climate and heat and stuff like that. But here of late, from this year's start, trust me, it's been increasingly more hot. A lot more people suffering from dehydration and heat strokes. You know what I mean? A lot of people having skin ailments. You understand? We could feel it. You know what I mean? Inside the house hot, outside the house hot, on the beaches is hot. You know what I mean? People power bill going up because of the use of air conditions. Can't take that heat. You understand? Can't take that. You know? Alright, the article goes on to read. It says, "A remarkable spate of historic heat is hitting the planet, raising alarm over looming extreme weather dangers, and an increasing likelihood that this year will be Earth's hottest on record." All through the spirit and power of Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai, turning that heat up, making you uncomfortable. All right, that life of leisure and luxury which you had. All right, the Most High Power making everybody uncomfortable. You gotta adjust to this, because guess what? Shit ain't start popping off yet. You know what I mean? He ain't start popping off yet. All right, and it says, and then on Monday came its hottest day, at least its hottest day in 3,000 years. Well, that's Esau numbers. Esau was going off. It says, "We never have seen anything like this before," said Carlo Beauchamp, director of Europe's Climate Change Service. All right, this one of them is supposed to be quote-unquote so-called climate experts. He said any number of charts and graphs on the Earth's climate are showing quite literally that we are in uncharted territory. They never seen nothing like this before. All right. Reason being, that's why I'm doing this video now. Me and my family on the beach. All right. Trying to get a little relief from this heat. You know what I mean? So he said that we in uncharted territory, and he's speaking on a worldview for the whole world right now. You understand? But in everything, you must give Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai thanks and praise. You understand? It said in recent weeks, weather extremes, the article continues to read a lot. In recent weeks, weather extremes have included a record-breaking heat waves in China, in Beijing, in Taiwan, that surpassed 104 degrees Fahrenheit. So So way over there in China, they suffering from the same thing over there, we suffering from over here too. But ours is be like in the 93s to the 95s, but feel like 103 and 104. But over there, they suffering from 104 and 103. But that ain't exactly what it feel like when you add in humidity. For those of you who know anything about weather. All right. It says for the first time, Mexico and Texas, when officials once again were struggling to keep electricity grid up and running, is also suffering from livestock and farming effects of this climate, of said heat. So all this is Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai doing this thing. As we know, he controls everything, okay? So and when it comes to heat related stuff ties right into farming also. All right, because the crops and the livestock can't produce. All right, you have droughts, okay, in terms of water consumption on a worldwide scale, okay. Seeds and fertilizers and stuff like that. All right, they are affected from heat, okay. All this is through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. All right, not no El Nino, not no Mother Nature, not no Mother Earth, and all type of foolishness with this talk. All right, we have precepts in the book of Job that correlate directly with this also, with the Most High controlling all weather patterns. All right, and I can get you some right now. All right, because guess what? If you listen to Esau is trying to lead you with fear-based propaganda. All right, for anyone who ain't grounded in the truth, and you listen to Esau will get you. If you have no knowledge of the Holy Scriptures, all right, Esau will get you. Okay, because they don't know Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai in all things. A leaf can't fall off the tree, or a fruit, or an apple, or a mango can't fall off the tree unless Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai sanctioned that. Same thing with the sun. The sun can't go to a certain scorching level or a certain degrees level unless the Most High power Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai sanction that. The moon can't go to a certain brightness unless the Most High sanction that. All right, all praise to Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. Okay. So instead of worrying, but they quote unquote global warming and this climate change and glacial levels and tornadoes and them other natural disaster, you should concern yourself, all right, with repenting and establishing a good standing with the supreme power Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, all right, whilst he still is extending mercy unto you, all right, because bad times ain't come yet. Don't mind this little heat wave. This only to get you uncomfortable. The real bad times ain't come yet, all right, because they like to talk with 5, 10, and 20 and 30 years down the road. We ain't get that much longer here. We don't have that much longer here, and the writing is on the wall. All right, for those who have eyes to see. All right, first precept I want to get is Genesis, the book of Genesis. The next precept, Salaki, I want to get is the book of Genesis 8:22. Reads, while the earth remaineth, seed time and harvest and cold and heat and summer and winter and day and night shall not cease. All right, this ain't just that happening. The Most High Power been doing this for years. I can read it again. While the earth remaineth, seed time and harvest and cold and heat and summer and winter and day and night shall not cease. All right. So guess what? This earth ain't going nowhere. The Most High Power Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai say this will not cease. All right. This been happening and this will always happen. Okay. This was the promise made in the days of Noah. Okay, that the season shall remain forever and the earth will be able to produce on time. You know? But guess what? We know that there's an agenda going on basically with them plant farming, with their harp systems, with them destroying crops and farms and seeds and everything. But who put that in their spirit to do that? Who put that in the so-called white man's spirit, the wicked, to do that? Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. Alright, because prophecy has to be fulfilled. You understand? The Most High, but guess what? That ain't for the elect. Alright, that's why we always say to repent, come back to Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, change from your nasty stinking evil ways, so these type of things don't affect you. Because according to the book Isaiah 65 and 13, the Most High say his servants shall eat. Okay? We ain't got to worry about these things. All right? This is the book of Jeremiah 10 and 12. It says, He hath made the earth by his power. He hath established the world by his wisdom. He has stretched out the heavens by his discretion. All right? This whole thing is the Most High Power movie. All right? This whole thing is the Most High Power movie. This is production. All right? He was the architect of this whole universe. The heavens and the earth. Nothing happens unless the Lord sanctions it. All right? No such thing as Mother Earth. No such thing as El Nino. No such thing as climate change and all the other bullshit. Okay? Right, this Jeremiah 10 and 20, and it reads, When he uttereth his voice, there is a multitude of waters in the heavens, and he causeth the vapors to ascend from to the ends of the earth. He maketh lightnings with rain, and bringeth forth the wind out of his treasures. The Most High in control of all these elements. You see what I said? The Most High is in control of the sun, the same heat wave that everybody getting that cut ass with. The Most High Power, Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai, in charge of that. The wind, the water, all right? The fire, the lightning, the rain, everything. All right? Every element is owned by Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai. All right? They obey the sound of his voice. All right? Most High have them at his disposal whenever he's ready for them. Not no damn climate change. All right? Not no damn global wanted. I guess with the harp device with the so-called white man harp, that's the Most High own too. All right? Because he'll put that in their spirit whenever he want to use that. All right? For whatever he want to use it for, any which way. All right? So don't get this thing twisted, man. All right? It's the book of Job 37 and 5. Yahweh thundereth marvelously with his voice. Great things he doeth, which we cannot comprehend. Salakia, let me read it again. It says, this is Job 37 and 5. Yahweh thundereth marvelously with his voice. Great things doeth he, which we cannot comprehend. All right, sometimes you hear them damn thunder and lightning, and you that's instant diarrhea. All right, scare the shit out of you. All right, you see them powerful lightning strikes, which could be deadly at times. All right, pop up tornadoes, weather changes. That ain't no one else but the supreme power Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai. All right, we can't fathom the power that the King of Israel has. All right, that's the power that we serve, the King of the universe. All right, this is verse 6. For he said to the snow, Be thou on earth, likewise to the small rain, to the great rain of his strength. All right, the Most High Power can bring snow in tropical climates. It happened here over here in the Bahamas. I forget the year. I think it's 1977 or 76 around that time. It snowed in the Bahamas, and it's be hot as a bitch over here. All right? But there's nothing impossible for the King of the universe. The Most High could give you some light rain to cool you off. All right, so some heavy rain to flood you out. Okay? The Most High Power don't play by. All right, verse 7. It reads, He seateth up the hand of every man, that all men may know his way. Verse 8. Then the beasts go into dens, and remaineth in their places. All right, so the Most High even give us them telltale signs when bad weather coming. Usually when bad weather coming, or a big hurricane, or anything, any major event coming, you will see them birds flocking, flying in flocks, going into hiding. All right, or you will see dogs barking going inside the wherever they is be. Okay, bears go into hibernation, certain things, you know what I mean? Beasts go into shelters, birds go into shelters. All right, without coming out, because you know something big coming. All right, it's Job 37 and 9. Out of the south cometh a whirlwind, and cold out of the north. Okay, speaking of them tornadoes, cyclones, blizzards, ice storms, all in the Most High arsenal. The Most High have all them at his disposal. So this heat wave will be suffering through now. This ain't nothing. All right, this ain't no Mother Nature. This ain't no global warming. This the Most High Power Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai. All right. Mind them harp system. Oh, you saw got the harp system. They controlling the weather. That's what they want you all to believe. All right. That's what they want you to believe. The Most High put it in their spirit to do whatever they want to with that harp machine. All right, He controlling them. All right, He give them that knowledge. Okay, to control that device or to make that device. Okay, who put that in their mind? Who put that in their spirit to get used for evil? The Most High power Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. All right. That's only if you can receive that. All right, the Most High is a balanced power of good and evil. All right, Job 37:10. By His breath, power, frost is given, and the breath of the water is straightened. All right, just by His breath, the Most High can give you water and turn them waters into glaciers of ice. All right, this is the power that we serve. Yeah, man. All right, well, I won't make the lesson too long, but you know, just by this heat. This lesson was inspired by this heat wave that we going through over here in the Bahamas. You know what I mean? But guess what? Through the good and the bad, and through the uncomfortable times and the comfortable times, we give thanks, glory, honor, and praise to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. I ain't complaining, son. You know what I mean? We just utilize these things that we have here in the Bahamas. We have these nice beaches and nice waters. You know, we utilize them at the moment. You know, yeah, man. Anyway, didn't want to make this lesson long. All right. So Lord's willing, this lesson was edifying and serve the purpose, which is to help build the spiritual tabernacle of King David. You know. All right. So with that, I'd like to say Shalom, Ban-Yasharahla, Kwam Yasharahla, Shalom.